Jewish kids or not?
Let me just finish.
Just say yes or no. You talk there.
You talk about people.
You talk there.
You talk about people interrupting
You
people.
don't want
You
to
do it all
say
the
it.
time.
They systematically discriminated against the Jews.
Speaking of serious people in charge, we're actually fixing things via these serious people. Listen to this truth from Donald Trump. I am pleased to announce that the Trump administration has reached a historic agreement with Columbia University. Columbia has agreed to pay a penalty of $200 million to the United States government for violating federal law, in addition to over $20 million to their Jewish employees who were unlawfully targeted and harassed. Columbia has also committed to ending their ridiculous DEI policies, admitting students based only on merit, and protecting the civil liberties of their students on campus. Numerous other higher education institutions that have hurt so many and been so unfair and unjust, and have wrongfully spent federal money, much of it from our government, are upcoming. It's a great honor to have been involved, and I want to thank and congratulate Secretary Linda McMahon and all those who worked with us on this important deal. I also want to thank and commend Columbia University for agreeing to do what is right. I look forward to watching them have a great future in our country, maybe greater than ever before. Well, I hate to tell you, Don, it's not going to be greater than ever before. I suspect that they will find other ways to launder the lies of DEI through the system, and the rot there is so deep that you'd have to fire so many administrators and so many professors. What are you going to do about all the professors that are brainwashing all of these kids and all of those things? But that being said, a penalty of $200 million, a penalty of $20 million to the students and teachers who were kicked off campus unjustly and all that, like, it's something. So I don't want to overplay it, but it absolutely is something. Can they fundamentally change what that university has become, or do they just pay it? You know, all these universities, they're running these crazy endowments. I mean, we always talk about it. Harvard's got like a 54 billion with a B dollar endowment. They're basically giant hedge funds. So while $200 million sounds like a lot of money, and that is nice, and maybe there will be some sort of change, like sort of the patina of the thing will change. So on the outside, it'll change. The question is, does it change on the inside? We shall see. I bumped into Scott Jennings yesterday for the first time. We have never met. We've never communicated other than I talk about him on the show. But yesterday in DC, we bumped into each other. He is going to do the show. I'm not sure it's going to happen before I go off the grid. But he was wearing this very same blue jacket because this was later in the day. He went on CNN and he explained what happened here with the Columbia situation.
Did they discriminate against Jewish kids or not?
Let me just finish.
Just say yes or no. You talk there.
You talk about people.
You talk there.
You talk about people interrupting
You
people.
don't want
You
to
do it all
say
the
it.
time.
They systematically discriminated against the Jews. Just go ahead and say it.
Mr.
You don't pay $200 million to just, quote, make something go away. You pay $200 million because you know you got caught red-handed systematically discriminating against Jewish students. That's why you pay. That's why you change your policies. If elections have consequences, if Trump had not won, they would still be doing it today. Thank God he pushed back on them.
You say extortion under your breath, and it made me think. Do you know what extortion is? It's when student activists take a building on campus hostage, and then they blackmail the administration and say, if you do not divest from Israel, we will lay siege to another building. That's extortion, and by the way, it's beyond anti-Semitism.
Well, Scott is right that in that these universities needed to change. Obviously, there was anti-Semitism going on in a big way. They needed to change. I think a lot of those changes have been made gratefully.
Connor, we may have to edit to the Scott and the Retards bumper because, my God, that Caroline chick, yeah, you're right. Former Senator Jeff Flake, yeah, you're right. And Boykin, the Obama guy, you know, he, of course, is not right and refuses to say what we all know. Of course, they were discriminating against Jewish students. We played the videos where they literally wouldn't let Jewish students and professors onto campus. By the way, they are involved in a lawsuit where they literally, these pro-Palestinian Hamas lunatics, literally trapped 2 Hispanic janitors in a building and would not let them out. I don't know if that's been resolved yet, but they took over the campus. They vandalized things, all of the stuff. We know they did all of the stuff, but that's to the side of the fact that, putting aside all of that, that they've been discriminating against Jewish students and white students and particularly Asian students as it comes to admissions. It's not just Harvard that has been doing it. And of course, Scott is right. Had the Trump thank God Donald Trump won, because Donald Trump winning got this conversation around because the culture changed and suddenly people are like, we're going to push back on this nonsense.